Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad, SuperCoach Pro. Today we're doing a quick video of my team update. I just did a live stream, so if you haven't already checked that out, I do go through some scenarios of some pods and whatnot throughout each line. Also, just talk about general chit chat from you guys and your questions. That was good fun. I do appreciate the support you guys have been giving me on that. Anyway, my side at the moment has changed a little bit from what you guys saw initially post Christmas. So Sheasel has stayed in the side actually. So has Sinclair. I think they're good BC and C candidates throughout the season. And I do like the Saints fixture also nearby as well. And Sheasel can surely only get better. Like we saw him play forward, back, midfield, and he still dominated wherever he went. So I do really like that pick. And I don't think he'll really move out of my side, Sheasel, barring injury. Jordan Clark for now is D3. I think he is a guy that could be definitely top 6 to 8 by the end of the year defenders. I just like his run and carry, and he takes kick-ins. He's not an intercept defender like his partner in crime with Brian. Mills are still going with Mills. I just think he would be the guy that everyone that didn't pick him will sort of get burnt by not doing that because of just how good he's been in the past. I just think he's even potential of being an actual keeper. I think people will actually not looking at that as a potential option. Like I think they'll just think he'd be like a D7 kind of D6 cover at the end of the season, but I think he actually could be top 8 defenders at the end of the season for sure. I just think we're not really looking at it as much as we should. And then the rookies, they're going to be very subject to change, to be completely honest, but it's going to filter these guys. Now, if you got Supercoach Gold, you can do this early, but if you don't, you're going to have to wait until like the end of the month before it's released to the ones that haven't paid up for the app, sorry, for the gold subscription. I think it's definitely well worth it though. Wonder if Shorty will do that this year. Buy the gold subscription. Maybe I'll have to buy it for him so he doesn't have to look at Footy Wire. Shorty, if you're watching. Uh, so what do we got? Travalia, he's in the side at the moment. I think he could be a decent pick. I don't want to pick too many of these guys that are first year players. Like you see my midfield, and there's quite a few, but I'd prefer that second or third year tier player, just because their body's been in the VFL at least for a year as well, and they've already had an extra preseason, etc. So that's what we're doing with the next couple of players here. Um, where are we going? Let's just filter it again because I'm just on a stream, so my eyes are a bit. How you going? So these are the last two. Caleb Smith could be one for Richmond that might get a gig since the Rioli departure. I think he's pretty cheap. So, Buddy, he's going in there. In the meantime, and Bryce, I'm pretty sure was a decent VFL player that Sydney had picked up. See the one that won the first and first for the VFL? I can't not remember actually. And in my midfield, Bonds and Butters still, but we've just definitely changed the dynamic setup. We've gone a little bit mid-price heavy, I'm not going to lie. But I think they provide extreme value. It just means I'm going to have to use more trades if I do keep a mid-price man aside. So they're your obvious VC and Cs each week. You've got to have at least two of those guys you can rely on any given week. Then I'm dropping all the way down. This is a huge drop for an M3, but I think he can provide something this year. I'm looking at him or Ed Richards. Well, I think Day could be the man. If he doesn't pick up niggles and injuries and whatnot throughout the season, he'd be a good starting pick. The early buy doesn't worry me too much with him. Peatling, I was tempted to buy him as an F6 just because of his scoring. If he gets the right amount of CBAs, he's going to score really well for us, I think. And Adelaide have a good fixture at the start of the season as well, so I do like that for him. And the other guy who I think can go down back to, be that, let's say, D6 spot is actually coming. I think he's the guy that could be very underrated at 287, but could be a potential keeper. Peatling, not so much because he's in the midfield line. But if he does play forward and gets a bit of forward rotation too, wouldn't be the worst thing if he's in your F6 and you got DPP up forward. That would be actually really nice. And then the standard sort of players you're going to see from M6 onwards are going to be these kind of players. It might change or with a few of them, but um, not touching well. I don't think. I think I've managed him a little bit more than what we think. Jagger Smith, it'll be either him or Smiley out of those two. I can always go down, but if I start Smith, then it's harder to go up. Obviously, I'd have to bank 20K if something went wrong. Draper's the other guy I think will get enough game time, and then Ashcroft obviously is the other guy. So I'm happy with those three on my bench. Now I want to use the deeper P a little bit here and use Bo Allen so he can cover. Let's say Hewitt isn't playing the game or whatever. I've butchered his name, my apologies. Or Chevalier isn't playing game. Bo Allen can sort that out if these guys don't get a gig off the name sub for some reason. So I kind of want that flexibility. If that will stay during round one, I'm not too sure. If one of these guys don't get named, Bo Allen's just going down back instead. And then for the midfield to round it off, we're going to go Hewitt because 30 in the set in the at West Coast. Sure, he actually gets a gig now. And then who's the other guy? Erasmus. He's back. Waffle end of the season was pretty good as well. Now I've changed my ruck structure. I know I wasn't interested in Sean Darcy very much at all. I think Big J has persuaded me. Just listened to his video the other day. Now, Sean Darcy's only a pick to start with. I'm not going to bring him in. So he's either that or nothing for me. So for now, I'm going to put him in, but I'd prefer me. But look, if Darcy's body's right at round one, it's very tempting to just pick him anyway. So, and then Dodson for now. Forward line looks a bit different to what you guys have heard me speak about of recent times. Actually going to risk it with Bolton. That flex position allows me to keep Bolton's score if he does score well, but if he doesn't, Flynn will take his spot because when he's got flex in the second. That's the only reason why I'm using this is because the flex position will balance out his floor game if he does score really poorly. Then I'm going to go McRae full-time in the guts, apparently, which kind of makes sense because he can't really play anywhere else. Just is so one-dimensional, in my opinion. Bailey Smith, where are you? You're 389, so surely he's in the midfield mix. We've already heard that. And then Wood Parker for 343, I think is extreme value. The Paul Seasoner is about 32 years old or something like that, but I just think he's got a lot of good football left in him, at least at North Melbourne. He would be thereabouts in the midfield, at least for that leadership they'll be looking to him as well. So I think he'll provide some good scoring during the early parts of the season. He could be a potential keeper for sure. Kind of looking at him to be like a 90s kind of guy, and then upgrade him and only have like a 50K difference between him and a primo. I've actually faded Horn Francis for now because I think Bolton can produce the same if he gets the right amount of CBAs. And then, yeah, Philpoo, we saw what he could do when he wasn't getting injured every second week to the back of the season. And I need someone like him in that midfield mix. So where are we? Have I missed him? 313, that's why it's so cheap. So I think predominantly in your forward line, you want players that are half backs or midfielders, not really pure forwards like we saw last year with some of these picks because they can backfire really, really, really bad. And then 269 for Caleb Daniel is a steal. Let's just hope he never goes play forward, or else that won't be fun. And then to round that off, we're going to use Connor Stone. Hopefully he's actually got a spot in that Giants side. If not, I'm sure there's players around him that will get one. Where are you? 119 Stone. Frustrating when you're trying to look for rookies and just keeps scrolling to Abyss. And then Davison, ex-Richmond rookie, got picked up. Spion Richmond didn't pick him up, actually, because he got snapped up. And in flex position, he will be Flynn. So this is why I have Bolton in my forward line, because if Bolton does score a 30, which he is very the kind of player that would do that, I can always use Matt Flynn's score and Bolton's score will come out of that side. Let's just hope Bolton doesn't score a 30 and Darcy gets injured in the same week, or if we're kind of stuffed there. There's one thing to think about. With this side too, I don't have enough money to go up to eliminate that risk to a meek. So for now, this is how the side looks. It is risky. I mean, you're talking about players like you've got to hope that Will Day is a top 10 finisher, or at least thereabouts. Because if he makes 100k, sorry, he is 600 grand, which makes him a keeper anyway. Peatling and Cumming, Peatling's just got to get to like that 480 mark, and then a Primo has a couple of bad scores, and there's only 50k difference, and you're going from like a Peatling to a Petrarca in round 8. And then Cumming, he could be like a D6 potentially until the buyers come across, and then upgrade him to like a Luke Ryan or something that has, a better back half of the season, you'd hope, or something like that. That's just an example. And then forward line, I think these guys would be around the mark, surely better than your Kernos and players like that. So yeah, well, that's the side going into what are we, early Jan, 12th of Jan. So I'll do a team update maybe at the end of January to see if much has changed, and I'll just do a live stream at some point during the week as well, now that I'm on normal shift times for this month. So if you didn't already, check out the live stream that I did. It only goes for like an hour. And give that a like and a view. Chuck it in your headphones, whatever you want to do. And yeah, if you like this video too, the team update pick round 2, update of this side, just give us a like and share, whatnot, and sub if you haven't already. Totally bullshit that end of it. But anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers.